Next, we will look into how to set up database mirroring session using T-SQL script. So far we have set up the mirroring session using the GUI options. Now we will use the T-SQL scripts to create the mirroring session. First we need to create the endpoints and set up the partners on the principal and mirror server. Okay, that's pretty much it. Very few commands. First we need to create the endpoints. Okay, now I'm on principal server. As you can see, SQL inst1. I'm going to copy the database. Okay, this is the database on the principal server, and I'm going to delete this database because in the last using GUI method we created this database, the mirror database. So again we are going to do the same thing using T-SQL. So I'm going to delete whatever we created in the previous session and recreate it again. Okay, okay, that is deleted. I'm going to take full backup and log backup. So C drive db mirror.bak, and I'm going to overwrite. I guess this is full backup. Yeah, full backup. I'm going to take log backup onto the same file, and I'm going to append this time. Okay, restore the database on the mirror server. And we need to select the no recovery option. If you would like to execute this as script, then not a problem, you can execute this as a script. Okay, so now we have copied the database from principal server to mirror server. Okay, the database on the principal server is in restoring mode. Okay, now we are ready to set up the database mirroring. Okay, for that first we need to create the mirroring endpoints on both the nodes, on all the nodes, on all the three servers, witness server, principal server and mirror server. So okay, right now we are in principal server. I'm going to create the endpoint on the principal server now. We need to specify the partner. Okay, there are three options: partner, all, witness. Okay, if you are using the server as a partner, then better specify partner. Okay, if it is witness, you can specify witness. Okay, if you are going to use the server as a multi-purpose, okay, for some database it acts as a partner and for some database it acts as a witness, things like that, then you might want to say all. Okay, but that is not recommended. Purely use it as a partner, and witness, purely use it as a witness. Okay, so the instance 1 in this demo, I'm going to use purely as a partner. Okay, I'm going to use the port number 5022 for the principal server. Okay, so let's execute that. So we created the database mirroring endpoint. If you refresh, you can see that. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same thing on the mirror server. So I think this is our mirror server. No, this is also principal. So okay, let's open a new connection, new query window. Again this mirror. Okay, okay, the only difference here is the port number, because I cannot use the same port because all three instances on one machine. So this is fine. This is all we need. Now we have created the endpoint on the mirror server. Refresh the database mirroring. You will see that the endpoint. Okay, similarly we need to create the endpoint on the witness. Okay, we are on witness. We need to use the different port 5024. Here in this case we need to specify witness. Okay, we created that. Let us quickly check that. Okay, so we created that. Okay, if we want to verify whether we have created using the catalog views, you can say okay, you can see that. So this endpoint has been created. Okay, there is one more catalog view. Okay, it says that the endpoint is created and endpoint is started. Okay, so you can verify the same on mirror server. The endpoint is using 5023. It is created and it is started. Good. Do the same on witness server and make sure the port numbers 5024 and it is started and it is acting as a witness. 5023, this is mirror and this is principal server, and 5022. Okay, everything is good. So we created the endpoint successfully on all three instances. Okay, so now we need to create the database mirroring session. Remember, you can create only one endpoint per instance. Okay, so all the database mirroring session is going to use the same endpoint, database mirroring endpoint, and maybe because of that limitation we cannot mirror more databases. Okay, Okay, let's start creating the database mirroring. First, we need to set the partner on the mirror server. Okay, so we are in principal server. Let's go to mirror server. I'm going to set the partner, failover partner on the mirror server. I'm saying the partner for the mirror server is principal server. You can see that here. Okay, now I need to do the same on principal server, but with port number 5023. I'm going to say the partner for principal server is mirror server, and if I execute this command, now I have set the partners. Okay, I need to create the database mirroring job. Okay, that will execute every 1 minute. Basically, why we need that? To get the database mirroring statistics, we have a DBM monitor data table in the MSDB, so that job will every minute it will go and update the statistics, the mirroring statistics about the mirroring session into the table. Okay, it is not really required in the sense technically, but for all the statistics monitoring purpose, we need to have the job, a database monitoring job that executes every 1 minute. Okay, I'm going to execute the system stored procedure that creates that job. We need to do that on principal and mirror. Let us create the database monitoring job on mirror server. Right now we are on mirror server. Okay, SQL inst2. Okay, so it says the job already exists because we have created the database mirroring using GUI options just before, and because of that we have the GUI has created the job already. Okay, but if you are creating the database mirroring session using the TSQL for the first time, then it might not exist, so we have to execute the stored procedure. Okay, so the situation is going to be same if we execute the stored procedure on principal. Now we are on principal, and if I execute the stored procedure, I'm going to get the same error message because the job is already there. So what the job? Let's look into that. This is the job. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong server, witness server. Okay, this is the principal server, SQL Server agent, and this is the job that I'm talking about. Okay, so database mirroring monitor job. Okay, if you look at the job details, basically this will execute every 1 minute. Okay, so what it does, it has just one step. Okay, then there is no name for that step. Very good. Basically what it does, it executes the stored procedure spdb monitor update. Okay, there is a table dbm monitor data in MSDB. Okay, which will collect the statistics of the mirroring session, what is going on in mirroring every 15 seconds or 30 seconds. Okay, every minute this job will update the statistics into the table. That's what this job does. But very first time, if the table is not there, it's going to create the table, and after that it's going to keep updating next time onwards. Okay, otherwise if you open the monitor mirroring monitor GUI, and it is going to create the table for the first time. Okay, so this job should be there, and this should be keep running every minute to update the mirroring statistics, and this should be there on the mirror server. Yes, we have that. That's why we got the error message. Okay, let us see what the mirroring session is, because we have created the endpoints and we have set the partners on principal and mirror. Okay, we did not specify the witness. Okay, we did not say I need witness for the for this database mirroring session. Okay, let us look into the database mirroring. Refresh the databases. Now you can see the database mirroring has been started and synchronized. If you see the default options, alter table, we have set the partner, right? The default is synchronous mode. Okay, and without the witness server option, high safety mode. So now I am going to put the witness server in the database mirroring session and make it as a high availability operating mode. Okay, I need to go to the principal server. Okay, now I am altering the database, principal database, and I'm going to specify the witness for the mirroring session. Okay, if I execute this command, yeah, we are in principal server. Okay, now let's go and take a look at the mirror. So now you can see we have the high availability. If you want to change the operating mode, right now we have high availability operating mode, right? Okay, so if you want to change it to asynchronous mode using GUI, you can just select this and say okay. Okay, that will change the operating mode. But using the T-SQL, you have to set the safety off. That will put the database mirroring session in asynchronous mode, that is high performance mode. Okay, we need to execute this command on principal server, because on the principal server only we can specify, we can change the operating modes. Okay, so right now we are in principal server. We can, if we can execute, now take a look at the mirroring session. You can see that the operating mode is asynchronous mode, but still observe this, we still have the witness server. That means we still have the quorum between the servers. Okay, this is not recommended. If we set the mirroring session using GUI, then GUI eliminates this text box. Whatever the value entered here, it will be eliminated. Setting up the mirroring session using TSQL, you need to carefully observe this and remove it. Okay, so right now we successfully changed the operating mode to asynchronous mode, but we also need to remove the witness server. Okay, it's not going to help us. It is going to create more problems. Okay, so now to remove the witness server from the mirroring session, we need to execute this on principal server. Yeah, we have connected to principal server. Let's execute that. Okay, so we are fine. So we have successfully changed the operating mode from high availability to high performance. Okay, now let us pass the database mirroring session. Okay, you can see that database is suspended. Okay, this is how you resume the mirroring session. And to do a force failover, okay, so for that, let us say, yeah, the instance, the primary, the principal server is down. Okay, I'm going to stop the principal server. Okay, it says mirroring session is disconnected. Okay, so now we need to go to the mirror server. Okay, and do a forced service. We need to execute this command on mirror server to make the mirror database as new principal server. Okay, so if you refresh the databases, you will see that it is in the process of recovering. It is recovering the transactions. Now again, if you refresh, it will bring the principals, the mirror server up and running. Okay, so now the mirror server is new principal server and the mirroring session is disconnected because the original principal server is down. Okay, this is how you do a forced service. Okay, if we restart the original principal server, the mirroring session is going to continue, but it will be in suspend status. Okay, so it will be in suspended status. We can go here and resume the mirroring. Okay, since we are doing everything in tsql, let us do that in tsql. Okay, so I think we have the script here. Now we need to execute this script against the new principal server. Okay, now the mirroring session is continued. Okay, so the mirroring is synchronized. Now we will do manual failover. So we need to, okay, so now we are in principal server. Let us do a manual failover and failover the services back to original principal server. Okay, the thing I forgot to tell you in the previous videos when we are setting up the database mirroring in GUI, Okay, to do a manual failover, the database mirroring session should be in the synchronous mode, not in the asynchronous mode. For example, right now we have the mirroring session going on. It is in asynchronous mode. Okay, it has to be in the synchronous mode. Either this option or this option should be enabled in order to do a manual failover. Okay, that is the requirement. So for that, we need to change the operating mode from asynchronous mode to synchronous mode and execute this command. Okay, to change the synchronous mode, the operating mode, we need to execute this command on the full. Okay, so if you say that, then it will come to the synchronous mode. Because we don't have the witness, it will go to this operating mode. If you have witness, then it will go to this operating mode. Okay, so now it is in synchronous mode. Doesn't matter whether it's automatic failover or not, still it is in synchronous mode. Now we can do a manual failover. Okay, so now if you say this, now if you execute this command, it will fail over the services. Now you can see earlier it was mirror, now it is principal. Okay, this is how you do a manual failover. And our next step is remove the database mirroring session. To remove the database mirroring session, execute this command on the principal server, because right now this is the principal server. If we execute this, then we remove the database mirroring. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Whatever we have done using GUI, we can do everything using TSQL, and we can do more than that. Okay, using TSQL, you can do plenty of things. With the GUI, we can do limited, whatever the required stuff. Okay, so always I suggest using TSQL options. And moreover, if you are automating something, obviously you need to know the TSQL. Okay.